You want to know why you can't defeat me? It's because I've learned the secret, the one that most people spend their whole lives running from. I made peace with pain, while others avoid it, try to silence it, numb it, escape it. I looked pain in the eye and said, let's go. See, pain doesn't break me. Pain builds me. Most people think pain is a sign to stop. Me, I see pain as a sign I'm getting closer, closer to who I'm supposed to be, closer to the version of me that can't be shaken, that can't be destroyed. Pain is temporary. I need you to understand that. Pain is temporary, but the power it produces, that's permanent. That's the stuff that stays with you. That's the kind of strength you carry forever. I've been through storms, real storms. I've had nights where I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. Nights where I slept in abandoned buildings. You think I haven't cried. You think I haven't wanted to quit. But every time that pain showed up, I told it, you're not in charge here. I am. You can't defeat someone who has already made peace with the worst part of the journey. You can't defeat someone who uses every scar like armor. Most people crumble at discomfort. They fall apart when life doesn't go their way. But I decided a long time ago, I'm not most people. I didn't ask for easy. I asked for growth. And growth doesn't come dressed in comfort. Growth comes with fire. Growth comes with pressure. Growth comes with pain. You see, pain introduces you to the real you, not the version of you when everything's going right, when you've got money in your pocket and everybody's clapping for you. I'm talking about the version of you that shows up when everything goes wrong, when the lights are out, when your phone stops ringing, when you're all alone and you don't have anything but your grit and your belief. That version of you is who you really are. And if you don't like who that person is, you better get back in the fight and build someone you can be proud of. I stopped asking life to be fair. I stopped waiting for someone to come and rescue me. I realized that the pain I was feeling wasn't punishment. It was preparation. It was preparing me for something greater. Every time I thought I was being buried, I was actually being planted. And when the world thought I was done, I was just getting started. I made a decision. Pain would not be the reason I stopped. It would be the reason I kept going. Listen to me. I'm not strong because I avoided the struggle. I'm strong because I survived it, because I embraced it. I let it stretch me. I let it teach me. And then I used it. I used every no, every failure, every heartbreak. I used them as reps. Just like in the gym, resistance builds strength, and I've been lifting heavy resistance for a long time now. Don't get it twisted. This isn't about being emotionless. It's not about pretending like things don't hurt. Of course they hurt. But the difference is, I don't let the hurt have the final say. I cry, and then I get back to work. I feel it, and then I push through it. Because you can't stop me with pain. You can't defeat someone who's decided that no level of pain is going to be greater than their purpose. And that's why I'm still standing. That's why I'm still climbing. That's why every time I get knocked down, I get back up harder. Life can throw what it wants. Storms, losses, setbacks. I've seen them all. But I've learned to love the fire because I know what it does to me. It refines me, it shapes me, it makes me dangerous. You want to stop me? You better bring more than pain. You better bring something stronger than that, because I've already been through the worst and came out better. I'm not afraid of pain anymore. You can't defeat me, because I've already defeated pain. People ask me all the time, how do you keep going when everything falls apart? The truth is, I stopped expecting life to go easy. I stopped waiting for things to get smooth before I moved. I don't break, I build. When the pressure comes, when the struggle hits, when the weight gets heavy, I don't fold, I don't shatter, I go to work. I build something stronger. I build something tougher. I build something that can't be broken the next time the storm shows up. See, most people get hit and they freeze. They take the L and they stay down. But not me. Every loss I've taken, every door that got slammed in my face, every person who told me I'd never make it, those weren't reasons to quit. Those were bricks. I took each one and stacked it. I built with it. You think you hurt me, you think you slowed me down. All you did was give me more material to work with. That's why you can't defeat me, because every time I face adversity, I don't lose, I learn. I don't retreat, I rebuild, I don't complain, I construct. I'm not out here chasing comfort, I'm chasing growth, I'm chasing excellence, and that only comes through pressure, through pain, through pushing past what's easy. Everybody wants to be a beast, until it's time to do what beasts do. Everybody wants to win, until they see the price, but I paid, in full, with time, with sweat, with tears, with sacrifice. People see the results and want to skip the process. But I live in the process. I thrive in the dark, in the grind, in the work nobody sees. Because that's where the building happens. That's where character is forged. That's where resilience is born. When most people fall apart, I build myself back stronger. When most people run away, I dig deeper. I'm not the same man I was last year or the year before. I'm constantly upgrading, evolving. I don't need the applause. I just need the challenge, because I know who I become on the other side of that struggle. Let me be real with you. I've had days where it felt like everything was crashing. Days where I didn't have answers. Days where it would have been easier to quit. But I didn't. I showed up. I didn't wait to feel motivated. I didn't wait for somebody to believe in me. I believed in myself when nobody else did. I kept showing up when nobody was watching. I kept grinding when nobody was clapping. Because I knew if I stayed consistent, if I kept building, eventually the foundation would hold. Eventually the structure would rise, and it did. You can throw everything at me, loss, rejection, failure. It won't matter. I won't break, because I've trained myself to get stronger under pressure. I've trained my mind not to see problems as setbacks, but setups. I've trained my spirit not to look for the exit, but to look for the lesson. You can't defeat someone who's trained themselves to be unstoppable. You can't break someone who already chose to be unbreakable. And here's the truth. Even if you knock me down, you're just giving me another chance to rise, another chance to rebuild with more power, more focus, more clarity. When you're building something great, setbacks are part of the blueprint. Resistance is part of the formula. You don't become a champion without challenge. You don't become mentally tough without trials. You don't become elite without embracing the struggle. So when the world starts shaking, when everything seems unstable, I don't panic. I get steady. I don't complain. I adapt. I don't stop. I adjust. I've learned how to keep showing up with discipline even when I feel nothing. I've learned to keep swinging even when I don't see the results yet, because I know what I'm building can't be rushed. I'm not interested in something that shines quick and fades faster. I'm building something that lasts, something that can't be torn down by a bad day, a lost opportunity, or a temporary defeat. You can't defeat me. Because I don't break, I build. You want to know why I keep getting back up, why I keep showing up day after day, even when everything in me is tired? It's because my why is bigger than any what. My why is stronger than the pain. Stronger than the setback, stronger than the disappointment. I'm not driven by feelings. I'm driven by purpose. You can throw all the obstacles you want in front of me, but if you can't touch my why, you can't stop me. See, most people quit because they're focused on the what they don't have, what didn't go right, what hurts, what's taking too long. But I learned early on that if your drive is rooted in surface level stuff, you won't last. You'll fold the moment it gets uncomfortable, but when your why is deep enough, when it's personal, when it's emotional, when it's tied to something bigger than just you, quitting doesn't even feel like an option. You're locked in, you're anchored, you keep going not because it's easy, but because it matters. There were nights I wanted to quit. Days where it would have been easier to just walk away and accept defeat. But I didn't, because I knew what I was fighting for. I knew who I was doing it for. I had a why that was louder than the excuses, louder than the pain, louder than the doubts. That why woke me up early. That why pushed me through the late nights. That why kept me moving when motivation was nowhere to be found. I'm not here because I never failed. I'm here because I never forgot why I started. I never forgot the hunger. I never forgot what it felt like to have nothing, to be overlooked, to be doubted, and that feeling, those memories, they became my fuel. Every time I feel like slacking off, I remind myself this isn't just about me. This is about the people counting on me, the people watching me, the ones who don't have a voice yet, who don't have the strength yet, who need someone to go first and show them what's possible. You don't get to this level by accident. You get here by being intentional, by locking into your why so hard that nothing can shake you off your path. And the beautiful part is, once you find that why, everything else starts to line up. Your energy lines up. Your focus lines up. Your work ethic goes through the roof, because now you're not just chasing results. You're fulfilling purpose. You're walking in vision. When you know your why, you stop negotiating with life. You stop giving in to distractions. You stop letting temporary emotions control permanent decisions. You start acting like your life depends on it, because it does. You start moving like you've already seen the end of the story, and you know it's worth every ounce of effort it takes to get there. I don't need hype. I don't need applause. I don't need someone to tell me to keep going. I remind myself every single day, you weren't made to stay where you are. You weren't made to live average. You were made to rise. You were made to lead. You were made to impact, and every move you make today should reflect that truth. You can't defeat me because your opposition isn't greater than my reason. You can throw stress at me, I'll stand. You can throw loss at me, I'll adapt. You can throw failure at me, I'll learn, because my foundation is built on purpose. You don't have to like me, you don't have to believe in me, but you will respect the fact that I never gave up. That I kept showing up, that I stayed locked in when everyone else tapped out. That's the power of knowing your why. It's what keeps your fire lit when the lights go out. It's what keeps your heart in the game when your body wants to quit. And it's what turns ordinary people into unstoppable forces. I don't care how many times I get knocked down. I don't care how far I have to climb. I'm not stopping. I'm not folding. I'm not going anywhere. Because my why won't let me. You can't defeat me. Because my why is bigger than any what.